Hello everybody, my name is Bearcozy, and today we're actually looking at some new armor sets, looking at the Forge, and we have 3 new armor sets. So if you don't know me, I want to welcome you. My name is Bearcozy. I strive to make not only entertaining, but also educational videos, and I like to make account progress videos because for me, the fun is in progression, and in general, I like to have a good time. Today, what I wanted to talk about is actually the Forge. From the main screen, we have Refine, which is the new button here. And then if you go to Refine instead of Alter, we have the Forge. Now, clicking on the Forge, we currently have 3 gear sets, and it looks very, very interesting. We have Shark Tyrant, Death Hurricane, and Jungle Ranger. The first thing to note, Shark Tyrant gear set is actually a 2-piece set, and the other 2 are actually 4. That is what the 2 and the 4 represent at the end of their names. And right now, we can craft it. However, I don't have enough legendary materials. I need some legendary runestone of bestial fervor. So that is what I need. It comes from Armored Incursion. We're going to run that. We're going to see if we can get it. And the rest of them, the other one here comes from the guild, which is interesting. If I click on that, it just takes me to the guild page and it doesn't tell me where it comes from. So I wonder if we are going to start to get it from maybe quests or maybe some rewards as well. As we continue battling and getting rewards, we are current tier 4 right now. And here it is, right here. That is where it starts. Armored Incursion is where it starts at 15 mil. We got 2 days and 11 hours to go. I don't know if we're going to hit it, but we're going to try. I still have to hit clan boss one more time. Not going to do a whole lot. I'm only at about 1.2, 1.3 mil right now. So it's not a ton. I have a few people that are over me. And but I feel like I'm doing okay. 1.3 mil is respectable. So I am going to try to get some of those legendary stones. And that is going to be, is that for the, yeah, that is for the Shark Tyrant. Now, the way that this works is kind of interesting, right? They made this like a nice circle, which is really neat. Shark Tyrant is a 2-piece set. And that is kind of cool if we want to craft it. So the first thing you need is dark steel. I already have 180, which is not a ton. And then I need legendary moonstones here. I need 10. I have 12, and that's going to be cool. So I have 100 dark steel. I have 10 legendary moonstone. The only thing that I'm missing is 5 legendary runestones of bestial fervor. And I'm assuming those will either drop from the clan boss if you do good, if you get enough, if you get a high enough tier, or as we've seen together, we can probably just get them from the achievements from doing a certain amount of damage. I believe it was 15 mil as a guild. So that's going to be kind of cool. So on the left side, we have our requirements, our materials that we need. And then on the right side here, and I like that they made it come full circle because that kind of shows you visually that this is all attached. What you can do is we actually have enhancements on the right hand side. So what you can do is you can actually select different targets. When you craft, my understanding is that when you craft gear will roll with random stats, and you can check with details here. Arcane Forging requires materials. You can select targeted gear sets. Note that Forging gives a random gear type, Rarity and Star rating. So that is kind of interesting. The higher star rating, the more required materials, which makes sense. So you would only want to focus on crafting 5 to 6 star. I think crafting 4 to 5 star is really a waste unless you're desperate. So what you can do is actually focus on crafting 5 to 6 star. Right up top, we have the required materials, and on the bottom, we have our enhancements. So if we click on that, this is what we need. We have different stones. If you're trying to target extra stats for health, you need this Qualis stone. If you are trying to target attack percentage, you need this one here, right? Right now, I currently don't have any, but as you could see, if I had some, we would be able to select it, and then it would give us a 40% chance to roll attack percentage as a secondary stat. Same thing for the armor. So if you're trying to craft yourself a weapon, you would use a weapon design, and that will give you 100% to forge a weapon, right? And that means you would get a weapon of that armor set, or that set, I should say, that gear set. And then same thing with the helmet, boots, and armor. I like that it's 100%. It's not 60% or 40% or anything lower than that, which is very, very nice. And then right down here, you can actually use something that's called Raritas, and that gives you 100% chance to forge an item of greater rarity. And of course, the higher rarity, the better. So what you would typically want to do is, if you're using charms, if you're targeting specific stats, or if you're targeting specific gear, such as a weapon or a helmet or a chest piece, so on, you would want to use this Raritas for not only a higher rarity, but you would also want to use a Starstone to get 100% chance to forge a higher star item. So instead of a 5-star, you can get 6-star. So ideally, what you would want to do if you have all of the resources is you would want to activate all of these, or at the very least a higher star. Your star should be the first priority, and then your rarity. And then of course, if you want to target specifically, you can. But I feel like in the beginning, while we're all still trying to craft this, we don't really have to necessarily target weapons or helmets or things like that, because the best thing to do, in my opinion, is target a higher star, because you get better stats. And then we can target on a higher rarity as well and let it roll random, because I'm sure once we all start crafting, we're all going to get all different armor types, weapons, and different gear. And then of course, if you are, let's say you want a 6-star piece of gear with a higher rarity, you would activate the bottom two, and then you want a weapon, you would activate this. And then of course on the top here, you would use probably a Qualis Stone of attack percentage, and that would be really, really good. And you can put attack percentage on that. So that is how that works. Right now there are 3 sets, as I mentioned. Shark Tyrant is a 2-piece set, which is nice, which means you can have multiples. And that one gives us plus 10% crit rate and a 5% attack damage. And that is really, really nice, right? And it comes from a bloodthirsty man-eater who targeted sea folk with a rage of a Rond Emperor. That is kind of interesting. Not sure what's going on there. So the next one that I want to look at is the Death Hurricane. The Death Hurricane looks like it uses the same exact base materials, which is the Dark Steel and the Legendary Moonstone, as the Shark Tyrant. And it looks like Jungle Ranger uses the exact same top 2 materials. And then it's a different legendary runestone at the bottom, which is the Icy Frost. And that comes from Team Arena. But if we look at the Death Hurricane, same thing here, right? Slightly different set. It is a 4-piece bonus, boosts attack and AoE attack damage. So that's kind of cool. Plus 15% attack and 50% area-based damage. That is going to be an amazing set for AoE nukers. Can only be triggered once per round, which makes sense. From the Gates of Hades was called a hurricane full of more death than any battlefield. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there, but that is where it comes from, the Gates of Hades. And off the battlefield, that was full of hurricane and death. The last one is Jungle Ranger. Jungle Ranger, as I mentioned before, we have the option to craft 4 and 5-star. Now the 4-star uses slightly lower materials, right? Same Dark Steel as previously, but now you don't need a Legendary Moonstone. You can only use an Epic Moonstone, and then you can use an Epic Runestone as well, which I'm sure they're very easy to get, or they're much easier to get. However, for crafting 4-star gear, you're kind of a waste. Unless you have a ton of resources, it's kind of a waste. So I would personally save for 5 to 6-star gear. So looking at the bonuses for Jungle Ranger, it gives us plus 15 speed and a 35% chance of launching a bonus basic ability, a bonus attack basically with the basic ability, which is interesting, once finishing the attack, and it's triggerable once per turn. And that is kind of neat. Looks like this set is a combination of the Curse set and the Raider set. We get the 15 speed boost, right? And then we get 35% chance of launching a bonus attack. So that is going to be really good on lots of heroes. I have a lot of single target heroes, and that is going to be really, really good, especially in Clan Boss and especially in Lightbanker, especially in dungeons that scale with your character speed. That is what we want, and your heroes are going to be a lot more powerful. Plus, this is going to be very, very good in Arena as well. And this Death Hurricane is going to be amazing in Arena as well. This one's going to nuke like crazy. So that is going to be really good on AoE characters like Sierra, like Evira, and Valeria. So there it is. Those are the 3. Now, right now, what we're going to do is the Shark Tyrant is actually obtainable from the Armored Excursion. The Death Hurricane, let's see where that one comes from guild. This one does not say, but I believe if we go to battle, and if we look at the banker, if we click on the current tier, it's in here somewhere. So the first one is 15 mil, and that is Legendary Runestone of Bestial Fervor, which is right there, 15 mil. The next one is actually, it's the same. It is Fervor. So I wonder where that one comes from. If we go back and we check that out, what the heck was that called? That was called Runestone of Hurricane. So to me, this tells me that it drops, and you probably need to hit a certain threshold of Clan Boss damage to get that, because it is not in the combined effort, right? And then if we look at the Jungle Ranger, this one comes from the Team Arena, and what we can do is we can actually go ahead and run Team Arena. Team Arena is actually interesting, and this is how it works. You get 3 different teams that you can put in here. You can select the best heroes that you want, put them in, and then you go up against 3 of their teams. So 3 teams of 4, and then you get to fill out your spells. Here's my A team, here's my B team, and my C team is probably going to be something like this. Who else do I have that's a nuker? I actually need more nukers at this point. I don't have enough. Of course, what's her name is in here? Nathalia can probably go in with Brand. She's going to work out really good there. So I will leave Nathalia with the Brand team there. And then I think what we're going to do is let's take out Sierra. Let's put in Antonua in here. And then on the last team, we're going to put Sierra in here. And then we're probably going to put Opal. And those are going to be the teams. And I'm going to go in with the defense down and the water prison for all of them. And what we're going to do is let's go ahead and hit this one here really quickly. And then in the next video, I'm going to do some climbing. And we're going to break it down and go through. And of course, we're going to earn some of our much needed legendary stones so we can start crafting some of that much better gear. So here we go. This is Team Arena, and this basically works as single arena, except you get to go 3 times. It just makes it 3 times longer, which is not necessarily the best. But I can probably auto this, and I can probably put this on 2x speed, since when we start it's on 1x. Let's see what they can do. Brand's going to go in. Nathalia should be able to clean everybody up. But this is it. You get 3 teams of 4 heroes, and it's just like standard arena, except you need a lot more heroes. And that being what it is, you need a lot more gear as well. So I am not a big fan of Team Arena. It is very time consuming, and it's just very repetitive because you have lots of heroes that it's just the same thing as a regular arena. So it just takes 3 times longer, right? So I'm not a big fan of this, but this is what it is. You need 2 wins out of 3 to proceed to gain points. You get 3 teams, you get 3 tries, and you need 2 wins to count as a win for that match. So there it is. We're going to break that down in the next arena battle. In the next video, we're going to go through it a little bit more together. And as you can see, I'm starting to get some stones, of course, because I just started. And there we have an arena token as well. So I'm going to go through offline, climb a little bit, and then we're going to break this down together. Let me know if you are working on these gear sets. Let me know if you are working on the Team Arena as well. If you are working on crafting some of these gear sets, I am really looking forward to actually crafting this Jungle Ranger. Hopefully I can get there at some point. But leave me a nice comment below. Let me know what you are working on and if you're planning on crafting any of these sets. Also, do me a big favor. Hit the like and the subscribe down below. That will help my channel to go tremendously. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.